But this is what's different. Wait for it. There's still elements of the sads. But ultimately, I think there's some sadness in all these endings. Imagine Shep coming to Liara with a cyber body like Edie. Well, that's true. It depends on how much of Shep is preserved in the AI, right? How Shep is the new Shep. Yeah, it's one step over the game over, yeah. Hey Liara, you want to fly with me? Let's go, babe. Ooh, jetpacks and everything. It is true. There's nothing that could really stop Shep from doing that, but it depends on how much Shepard is left. And it's not really the real Shepard, maybe, so maybe Liara wouldn't be into it? Don't know. Alright, so we've explored the other endings. Hit to infinity and beyond. So I reckon the ending we're about to tackle is probably the one that has more feels involved. We'll wander over here. You have much more genuine glass. You're ready to start weeping into your cat. Yeah, so this is the destroy. Destroy the Reapers. Destroy also other synthetic life, though. Teddy is here and you will squeeze him. And he will be confused. He will not know what the hell going on. I mean, the way this music plays too, this is really well done. This really sets the scene. It's gonna hurt more than your tattoos. Well, I reckon this is probably one of the more sadder endings, actually. I mean, synthesis, alright, noble sacrifice, noble cause. Everyone evolves, control, yeah, it's not too bad. The one where Shep just gives up, obviously that's not great, but that's like a half ending, but here we go. Very climactic music, it is, right? It is. So Sparkle Sauce Teddy's perpetually confused, so it's standard for him. Oh, okay, fair enough. So the cat's always confused. What's a little more confusion? All right. So the battle rages on out there. Let's end it. Let's destroy the Reapers. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, there's the AI. Done. Oh, now Edie has a clip because she dies too. Oh, Liara. Oh yes, our love Liara. And Shep dies too. Maybe. There's some big explosions taking place.
All fleets. The Crucible is armed. Disengage and head to the rendezvous point. I repeat, disengage and get the hell out of here.
There is no choice. We must go now.
Oh, so Javik steps in. No Edie. I wouldn't thought that Edie's affected yet. The blast hasn't hit them yet. Has it? The Edie should still be around until this blast hits. And there's a little design flaw there. Because this blast is what destroys synthetic life. And for now, Jeff is still outrunning it. The Normandy has not been hit yet. Boom. It's all the Reapers in the galaxy. Here's the fight again, as the destroy option is chosen from the Crucible. Let's see what happens here, because this time we should see all the Reaper forces get destroyed instead of changed. Big Ben still survives. Okay, Okay, the blast has waved through, and red sparkles. Oh, and they just tip over. They don't blow up, they just tip over. Happy? What's this thing gonna do? Man, this music. Very brutal. Here comes the blast wave, and humans are fine, and the husks are missing. Where are they? They're just gone. Now the blast gets sent off through the mass relay systems. And the Citadel looks like it blows up. Oh yeah, it hits the mass relay, which will, I think, shoot it to the next one and blow up. Yep, so mass relay destroyed. Yep. Red blast all over the galaxy. Sorry, happy too. So it's all very similar clips, but this time, yeah, the Reapers are dead. This is again where Jeff's trying to outrun the blast, but ultimately unsuccessful in doing so. Red blast wave. This wave hitting the ship, it should be what destroys Edie. Not her just missing before. Alright, what's the damage here, Jeff? Crash landed. Leaves are pretty standard. Organic life is untouched. Is Jeff going to be sad? Don't know. I'm sort of interested to see. What's the deal, Jeff? Stepping out, dazed and confused? I'm guessing Edie just doesn't step out. He's probably confused too. I mean, you wouldn't know why Edie suddenly fell over. Different planet? No, I think it's the same planet each time. Yeah, I think it's always the Normandy crashes on a nearby planet. The same planet, no matter the ending. Oh, Jeff smiled. Yeah, so Javik steps out, but no Edie. Now, who does the voiceover then? Let's see. Javik did the voice.
The war is over.
Hack it.
The Reapers have been defeated. Against all odds, and in the face of the greatest threat this galaxy has ever known, we survived.
Mass relays broken.
We suffered many losses. The relays are severely damaged, but we won. This victory belongs to each of us. Every man, woman, and child. Every civilization. On every world.
This looks the same. Oh, there's Zaid this time, kicking back with a beverage.
Now, as we take our first steps toward restoring what we lost, we must remember what it took to win.
Again, babies.
This wasn't a victory by a single fleet, a single army, or even a single species. If this war has taught us anything, it is that we are at our strongest when we work together. And if we can put down our grievances long enough to stop something as powerful as the Reapers, imagine what we can achieve now that they are defeated. It will take time, but we can rebuild everything that was destroyed. Our homes, our worlds, our fleets and defenses, all of this and more.
Ah, so the beam from London to the Citadel.
We can build a future greater than any one of us could imagine.
Still there.
A future paid for by the sacrifices of those who fought and died alongside us. A future that many will never see.
There's the flaming helm. So yes, technology still works. Even virtual intelligence still works, like Glyph and Avena and stuff. But truly evolved AI synthetic life, like the Geth and Edie, they are destroyed. Yeah, Edie's name on the wall. Poor Edie, poor Jeff. Edie was awesome. Yep, Edie's name is there up on the left. Upper left is where Edie sits because it's alphabetical order.
Ahead of us. We can face them together.
Vito, get the flaming helmet as a tattoo, so you were considering it, right?
And we will honor those who died to give us that future.
Still rough. Still rough. This is, I reckon in many ways this is one of the sadder endings, because there's a lot that was lost as a result. But this is what's different. Wait for it. This ending, assuming you get all the forces high enough and strong enough, this ending hints that Shepard didn't die. Shepard's lived. So that's interesting. And that's why it may be the canonical ending, which we'll also delve into shortly. But did they stick the thing up there? They might have, because they're on a different planet. And they may not, if Shepard survives and gets up, the Normandy crew may not be aware for some time. So she only holds it. Ah, so you don't see her stick it up this time, was it? I didn't notice. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. I didn't think to look for it. Okay, so she was holding it and they were gathered around, but they didn't actually stick it up. Okay. Good to know. All right, what do we say this time, stargazers?
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the Shepard.
It's getting late, but
Alright, so this is the same too.
one more story.
Thanks for coming along, Elvin. Hope you have a good afternoon, morning, day, whatever. Yes, so thank you, Vito. So Vito knows a lot about this game and knows the details, right? So Vito cuts away before Liara sticks the name on the wall. That's a good thing to notice. I didn't actually notice that. Good pickup. Oh, and there's 2 moons. That's a good point. So that was a different planet as well. That's not Earth. It's not Earth that the Stargazer's on, right? Yeah, good note, Vito. Right, so that loads back here. Now, this ending, so it's still possible if you don't pick all the right choices and get a strong enough fleet that Shepard will still die for this ending. Originally, in the original game with the original endings, which were the 3 endings before the extended cut, I think Shepard still dies. I could be wrong, Vito, you might know the difference. But now with the extended cut, which was released a little while after the first game, the first round of the game, and it's all bundled into the Legendary Edition here, and with a strong enough force and enough choices made throughout the trilogy, it's implied that Shepard did not die in that blast. Shepard took a breath of air. Yeah, so what does that mean next? Because they've still got to do a lot of rebuilding in the galaxy. Yeah, so it's before they redid them. There was a lot of controversy. That's right. So basically, a lot of fans kind of got a lot of nerd rage on the original endings in this, which prompted EA and BioWare to go and make the extended cut, which has those little narration sequences that's either voiced by Hackett or Edie or whatever. Which I think did make it better. I don't think I had seen these extended cuts, so that was kind of cool to see. Even with the original endings though, and when I played it back in 2013 or 2014, I think it was 2013. I played Synthesis, and although sad to see the trilogy finish, I kind of expected that Shepard wouldn't make it, and that still seemed like the most positive, outcome out of everything in the end. There's a lot of controversy because they were all the same, only different colors. Yeah, that's right. So the endings were very bland, not much difference. Now at least the extended cut, there's more stuff you can see as the consequences of the ending, so that's good. So you hate that ending? That's fair. I kind of agree with you. I'm not a fan of that ending either. The Reapers are blown up. Yep, sure, happy with that. But all the Geth are killed, as are other AI life forms. So really has set the stage for AI to be created again and then turn on their creators once again, right? Or at least if the Geth live and Edie live and these other ones live, at least they're, allied with organic life. They're partnered with organic life. They're not going to, they set a good example, right? Yeah, Synth is definitely the most positive ending, for sure. Yet nothing changes, nothing. Edie dies. The cycle of AI war continues. Well, possibly, yeah. All right, so let's have a look at the Mass Effect 4 trailer. We jump back to... This display's okay. The worst one to choose to continue with. Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's the only one that hints that Shepard survives. So Mass Effect 4 trailer. So this is, if we put it on here, go back to normal view. So I haven't seen this trailer. I've seen a snippet, which is where there's people have posted either GIFs or screenshots elsewhere, but I don't think I've watched the proper trailer. So this is going to be interesting. Sparkle Sauce is angry, sulking in your tears. Oh, sorry to hear. Too many feels. Too brutal. Unsmall, yep, we're unsmalled. Okay, let's give this a crack. Hopefully it works. Yep.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched.
Roger, copy. Eagle Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
Secure station. Unknown vessel approaching. We need first contact protocol.
Humanity now stands as partners in the galaxy.
Hawk 6 is away. Godspeed.
I think they're voice recordings from... Oh, that's a Reaper flashback. Aftermath.
We've lost contact. Anomaly readings all across space.
It's not showing us a lot, is it? Good sound, isn't it? Great sound. There you go. So that's the teaser trailer for... No, don't play anything else. That's the teaser trailer for Mass Effect 4, which is still a couple of years away at least, right? So what we've played through here is at the start, we hear radio, I think... Seems to be we're hearing radio interactions from like the Eagle has landed on the moon and all that sort of stuff. Then it sounds like when humans went to Mars and discovered, which then what led to the discovery of the Prothean ruins, the Prothean archives, and Element Zero. Then it sounds like there's something about first contact protocol. So then it sounds like a recording from when humans first encountered another species. And then I think it seemed to cut through, not long after that, we could then see all the debris from the Reaper Wars and everything, as well as the news reports as to, human beings, joined on the galaxy, etc. So yeah, such a tease. The rest of the trailer is $25. Yeah. Well, is it EA? I think it is still EA, so that's probably still about right. Yeah. So one of them was the first contact war with the Turians. Cool. Yep. So that's when the humans went through the mass relay into the edge of another part of the galaxy, activated another dormant relay, which Turians on patrol spotted and then attacked the human vessel because it's illegal to activate dormant relays. Because when the Solarians did that, they unleashed the Rachni on the galaxy. The Turians didn't know that the humans had never been here before and didn't know that other species existed. So the Turians attacked the vessel, the humans retaliate, wiped out the Turian vessel, and then I think there was a war that lasted not very long with not many casualties, but nonetheless the first contact war occurred. And that was human beings' welcome into the intergalactic scene was fighting with the Turians. But then they became best friends with the Turians as part of the Alliance, and the Normandy was a Turian-human joint cooperative effort to build. So what's the next game about? We don't know. It's definitely set in the future. How far in the future, we don't know. That appears to be Liara probably on Earth. picking up the remains or the pieces from Shepard's armor, which was implied, as well as assuming that Shepard survived the first one, and Liara has also smiled in this instance as well. So maybe she has hope that Shepard is still alive. Now, yeah, so the N7 armor piece is, yeah, Shepard's N7 armor, I think is what it's implied. If you look close at it, she's got wrinkles around her eyes and mouth. So that's right, it's implied that Liara is older. Now, Asari typically can live roughly up to 1,000 years. So this could be a couple hundred years later. This could be, 500 or 600 years later. If I remember correctly, Mass Effect Andromeda is a 600-year journey, I think. You're on a ship. We'll find out when we start playing it tomorrow. But you're on a ship that's, I think, on a 600-year journey. So it's possible that Mass Effect 4 kicks in both after Andromeda and Mass Effect 3, because Liara could still be alive 500 or 600 years later. Very possible. Yeah, sexy older lady, exactly. You're on it. So Vito, Mass Effect 4 is confirmed, is it, that it's 600 years in the future? It's definitely, or is it still rumor at this stage? That's what I'm curious about. Because I think we're still left guessing, right? But yeah, she would definitely be in her matriarch stage, lived many lifetimes. That is true, because, you know, humans in this timeline live on average 150 years. So Andromeda is 600 years in the future. Yep. Yeah, because I think the Andromeda voyage started in this time frame, right, roughly, and went for 600 years. And they did that so they could avoid all the storyline of Mass Effect trilogy when they made it. So Liara is looking for her equally elderly love. I don't know, because if it is 600 years in the future, Shepard will be dead. Will have died of old age. Unless Shepard is frozen in the ice or something, a bit like a Steve Rogers Captain America deal. I don't know. GGG MILF. That's a great grandmother. I'd like to... Wow. Nice one, Chris. Not a MILF, not a GILF, but a MILF. Alright, so the planet that she was on had 2 moons. I didn't spot that, actually. Show us the moons. Yeah, you're right. And it looks very close, so... Not Earth, then. How would Shep be there, given that Shep was in the battle over Earth? Unless something weird happened. Watch the mud hopper landing. Ah, okay. Oh, Reaper sound.
We've lost contact.
We've lost contact. So is that the Andromeda Galaxy? And now we're looking into the... Oh no, it's part of our galaxy. Yeah, there's planets that aren't that far apart here, right? Yeah, you raise a good point. Shep got thrown in the blast to another planet, perhaps. Okay, still could be in our solar system though, right? All through the relays, you reckon? Okay. Yeah, and okay, well, if we go back here, hang on, go back. If we pause, yeah, there are lines in Liara's face. So it's a smile still, so happy, but yeah, lines in her face, interesting. So yeah, she does appear to be older, but it's still hard to tell with Asari, because even when they're 1,000 years old, they still don't look much older, right? Alright, so Vito says Shepard was thrown through the relays as part of the blast before the relays got destroyed. One thing that I'm not sure on is whether the relays got rebuilt, because they were originally built by the Reapers and they're not easily built. Yeah, it's hard to say how old she is. Yeah, cool. So that's all we know. That's all we know about Mass Effect 4. So it's possible that it's the destroy ending. Well, it's kind of implied that it probably is the destroy ending, because through here we have all the destroyed Reaper debris and destroyed relay. we'll have to see. Maybe they do some sort of weird time thing like how Elder Scrolls do time warps or warps in the West or dragon... They call it dragon warps. Where both timelines happened and then just remerged again. I wonder if Shep just frozen here otherwise. Watch Liara walking up the hill. Yes. Wow, you've really studied it. Vito, if Vito is the man, because this is what I've read about. I haven't seen it until now, but this is what I've read about. This is a, can you see my mouse, hopefully? This is a dead Reaper on this planet. Yes, exactly. So this implies the destroy ending. Unless it's a controlled Reaper that's been parked, or some Reapers were still destroyed during the war before Shep did the ending. So still technically possible that the destroy ending was not enacted. But it is heavily implied that yes, this is probably going to be the destroy ending. But it's hard to know, right? It's fun to speculate, but ultimately we don't know the answer. But yeah, very cool. It's cool to see Liara again, right? It's still awesome seeing Liara. I love Liara so much. It's a dragon. It's a crossover to Dragon Age once again. All right. But what I wanted to have a look at. Sparkle Sauce, your only big gripe. Only big gripe, no Shep positive affirmations with the endings like when she dies and stuff, she had no thoughts. No famous Shep speeches, nothing to make you feel inspired. After 3 entire games of inspiration self-reflected in the pinnacle of the game, she just means nothing. Yeah, that's true. All of the, I guess all of the commentary or introspective comes from everyone else who Shep influenced. They speak about Shep. They speak on Shep's behalf. But yeah, Shep not able to do it themselves, except for when they're turned into that AI consciousness as part of the control ending. But she gave it all. That's the motivation you need. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, and all of your points are completely valid. And this is why it's such a weird thing, right? Because the trilogy itself, in my opinion, is one of the best well-written pieces of storytelling or literature or media of all time. It's well written in the characters, the story arc, the consistency, the consequences that can flow through, the involvement that you then have in making those decisions and contributing to those consequences really sucks you in. And I think this kind of media sucks you in harder than it does for the likes of, you know, books and TV shows and whatever else. Books and TV shows and movies also still awesome in their own right. Same thing with poetry and plays and whatever else. But this, I obviously am biased because I'm a gamer. We play these games together. I find this sucks you in more, so you're more bought into it. And so these kind of endings hit you harder because you are so more invested in what's going on. And this is why there were so many people that were not happy with the end result for the original version of the trilogy, right? Yeah. So you get it's true, you don't get closure. Look, even though you still feel a bit rough at the end of it, I still consider this, so far, my favorite trilogy, my favorite game series of all time because of the epic journey and the ride that you go through it. Yeah, and originally, to Vito's point, originally it was meant to be wrapped up into one package. There was never meant to be originally any plans for future games, but because of the demand and the success of the trilogy, they made Andromeda, which Andromeda also didn't do as well as everyone, well, as they'd hoped, because it's a different story, different characters, but also had really high expectations to live up to, and a whole bunch of technical difficulties because they changed engines, and the new engine is better for combat and driving and stuff, but not as good for expressions and storytelling of faces, apparently. We'll go through it, we'll find out. So they made Andromeda through fan cry-out, really. So the fans demanded another game, and then they made Andromeda, and then the fans have gone, no, that's shit. Do it again. So Moon, welcome, good morning. We've just gone through the other endings of the official trilogy, and we've just looked at the Mass Effect 4 trailer. We'll have a look at the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer in a minute. And Sparkle Sauce cried each time. Fortunately, I still feel the feels, but I'm not as upset as the first time I played it. Not as upset as when we went through it the other day. And still not as upset as when I went through the rough endings in Cyberpunk as well. Oh man, that still wrecked me more. And Grizz, damn you nerds, making us get another one of your sweet ass cash. Yeah, nerds making them make more games to shut up and take my money. So Vito, there's no character creation and backstories were nowhere near as good in Andromeda. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, we'll go through that. So with the Mass Effect series, I had played it before and I had some memories as to some stuff that happened. So I had a little bit of a guiding hand as to how I was going to try and bundle up the episodes. I'd also found a few articles that gave some guidance. I'm going to try and see if I can find some similar articles for guidance for Mass Effect Andromeda for order of doing things and how to bundle it up. So we got sort of nice, neat streams that tell like a little chapter at a time. I'll try and work through that. Anyone who's familiar with it, like Vito, really love you to be part of the stream so you can also help shape the destiny of what we do. That would be great. So for Moon, for the as for endings of the original Mass Effect, they originally were going to end it in a different way. What was the other way that they were going to go with Moon? That's something I haven't heard before. Meanwhile, everyone else is coping with things like gin and snacks. Vito, when you can, you'll be here. That'll be fantastic. Don't worry, completely understand that not everyone can attend all sessions all the time. But I really love it when you are able to come along. But it's to come along to have fun. It should not feel like work, so do not feel obliged to do anything. Same goes for everyone else who tunes in. So, we'll just have fun together and explore.
We dream.
So Moon, they thought about using an ending with dark energy. Oh, okay. Would that have changed anything? Or would that have had different outcomes? Dark energy. Sparkle Sauce, you're obliged to be here. That's right, no escape for you. That's not what you told me. You said you'd fire me if I didn't turn up to be your friend. That's right. Well, that's part of the friend contract that we have. You just have to show up to all of my things, being it streams, birthday parties, whatever, Grizz. It's a special deal. You can't get out. So Moon, using a development from that thing with the star where we find Tali in Mass Effect 2. Ah, so Mass Effect 2, that's the star for Haestrom, right? Their planet Haestrom that is, you know, was interfered with. So the Reaper-controlled Geth had interfered using dark matter in the star there. That's right, I forgot about that. Haestrom? Yeah. Where the sun, basically, if you stood in the sun, you got burnt. You got set on fire. So not sure what they did, but it was the idea, then they scrapped it. Okay, well, that would have been an interesting throwback. See what they do. Yeah, I mean, the Reapers also... Well, they go to dark space. That doesn't really... Yeah, they don't really do much with dark matter, right? Yeah, it's all about element 0 for the Mass Effect fields. Yeah, okay. Yes, Sparkle Sauce has had the dedication of watching the streams even whilst in a hospital bed with a new baby. Commitment! That's the commitment we need from everyone. Well, thank you for putting the effort in when you did, Sparkle Sauce. We love you. Yeah, so we're talking about the dark matter ending, yeah. Well, possible dark matter ending. Dedication or obligation. That might be what they use in the next Mass Effect. Ooh, good point. They could. Let's have a look at the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer. So this is the launch trailer for Andromeda. I haven't seen this because I know very little about Andromeda apart from we're in the Andromeda Galaxy after a 600-year voyage or something. Let's take a look.
We dream of exploring the unknown, discovering what lies beyond.
The entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust. We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up. Now more than ever, we need a pathfinder.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying.
Different music.
No way this is home.
Oh!
That's why I'm here, exploring the unknown.
Who are these guys?
Visitors just like us.
Get her on the shuttle now!
Nice work, kid.
I'm only human, after all. I'm only human, after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Meridian is mine.
He has access!
No more mercy. Kill them all.
I'm only human, I'm only human. All it takes is put the blame on me.
New home
I'm only human, after all.
in the Andromeda Galaxy.
After all, don't put the blame.
Soundtrack's pretty good, right? Banging tunes.
First wave of arcs arriving in Andromeda, our new home for humanity.
Ooh, all right. Interesting. Soundtrack is definitely kicking. Well, we'll have to check that out. Just remember though, don't be distracted by soundtracks, because I think Fallout 76 they used what was it? Country Roads, right? That was Fallout 76, is that correct? And Fallout 76 was a fucking nightmare. So you're the only one hating the soundtrack? I think you are, Sparkle Sauce. I think you are the only one. They say bad things about Fallout 76. Yeah, right. All right, so we look at, what was this mod? So Mass Effect 3 Happy End mod. This is on Nexus. Happy Ending mod. But this is not Legendary Edition. The Veto. Oh, it's only for the original. Ah, balls, so we can't play it. Well, maybe we can. No, I can't. I also can't steal someone else's video and stream a YouTube video. Trailers I can restream, that's fine, because that's sort of public distribution. But I was going to say maybe we could watch someone else play it on the thing, but no, I don't think we can. Yeah, people have Googled it, suggested, there we go, people are asking for it. Have a look here, or anything. Won't work on Legendary, alright, so it looks like we can't do the mod. Oh, damn it. God dang it. Yes, so, can't do that. Damn it, Vito, you gave me hope, that looks awesome. Oh, I'd love to do another mod playthrough for a different thing. Someone explain to me, like the real time, what Andromeda is about. Well, we'll just have to go through and play it. But effectively what I think is some arcs or vessels, or one or multiple, I'm not sure, Vito will correct, are sent from our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, on a, I think it's a 600-year journey, like in cryostasis, or just in stasis, into the Andromeda galaxy to find other worlds and whatever else, and we wake up there. Something goes wrong, don't know what, or assume something goes wrong, or we're there and we're just trying to find other worlds to settle on, so we can then wake up the rest of the travelers to then establish a colony and whatever else. That's, I think, the basis of it. 4 arcs. All right, thanks, Vito. So there were 4 arcs. I'm guessing we are from one of those arcs, or some of the arcs are lost. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll start playing it and we'll see what happens. So the trailer told you nothing other than the new music director is a waste of time. And they are lost. You've got to find the other arcs. Okay, thank you, Vito. So the arcs have arrived in Andromeda Galaxy. The other arcs are lost. We must find them. So I believe we play a character called Ryder. I don't know if it's Commander Ryder or what, but we had Commander Shepard in Mass Effect. So Shepard is shepherding and bringing everyone together like a shepherd. Ryder is an explorer, searching, exploring, looking for worlds to settle, and looking for the other lost arcs to bring together as well. Cool. See, Vito's the man. He's got all the info. Legend. Thank you very much. All right. So since we can't get a copy of the happy ending mod for Mass Effect for the Legendary Edition, I can't do much more with that. But we are probably at the end of our session, I think. I don't think there's much else we can do. If we want, we can play through the synthesis ending again. If you need a little bit of semi-happy closure to end it all. So if we want to, we can take that path. Vito, you'll post a video on Discord. That's a great idea. Thank you very much. And please know we're not going to do the other ending. That's fine. That's fine. We won't do the other ending. So speaking of, yeah, that's okay. we won't play through any more endings. That's fine. So Vito's going to put some video links on Discord. That'll be great. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, also check out Vito's stream if you haven't already. Check out Vito's profile on Twitch. Vito also streams the Mass Effect trilogy, as well as it looks like was it Truck Simulator and a few other things like that. So check out his stream as well, and thank you very much for coming along, Vito. Moon, who's also in the audience, probably on her way to work, hopefully not battling the subway yet. Check out Moon Alaya's channel as well. She streams the same kind of games that we do, but at a very different time of at a very different time of the day. But she tackles the role-playing games from BioWare and Bethesda like we do. So check out her stuff. She also does community games as well, where she tries to do Jackbox games with audience members and friends and so forth. So that's worth checking out. Since we're talking about Discord, let me paste in the links. If you haven't come along, please check out my Patreon page. Check out our Discord server. Links are in the chat, and I keep bumping the microphone, sorry. Links are also in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. So what we're going to do, Sparkle Sauce, is because I wanted to give Andromeda a sort of a good focus and a fresh palette. We'll probably end the stream early tonight here. Tomorrow night, we'll crack on with Mass Effect Andromeda. We'll explore what that's like, and we'll launch into that next story, I guess. And Vito's just posted something into the general chat. Awesome, on Discord. Thank you very much. Cool. So yeah, I mean, theoretically, I mean, if the writing is not as strong in Andromeda as it was in Mass Effect 3, theoretically, there's not as much hurty feels for us to go through. But it also means not as many highs and awesome moments too, right? But we'll find out. Yeah. Yes, and that's the thing too, right? It's over. I mean, the other games we've played have been very, a lot more modular. Yeah, we've been playing the Mass Effect series, I think, for 3.5 months now. Is that what we've done, approximately, to sort of get through to here? That's a long endeavor that we've been through, and it's a massive investment. It's a big emotional investment, right? Which is why I think the endings hit even harder. I mean, if you just had, like, you know, if it was just Mass Effect 3 and you sort of crammed everything into that, it wouldn't hit as hard. But because we've been on this journey, yeah, it hits hard, right? So less feels is good. You kind of want some feels, but not an overload of feels. And we get an overload of feels at the end of, or sort of all the way through Mass Effect 3, but especially at the ending, right? Yeah, no more Shep, no more Joker. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Those are sharp endings, hey? It's very dangerous. Those edges are sharp. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Joker. Joker was amazing. I have no idea who plays some of the characters in Mass Effect Andromeda. I guess we'll see if we can identify anyone as we go through. But I'm guessing the cast is not as big. But I've always wanted to play Andromeda, so there's no better time to play it now. Whilst we're sort of going through our Mass Effect phase. Mass Effect Andromeda, I think, is a bit longer than Mass Effect 3. But it's not as long as the whole trilogy, obviously. So we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, Joker, my man. Ah, we love Joker. Why don't you feel like you have closure? Well, I think you're just like every other person who's played Mass Effect. So even me, who I was relatively okay with the endings, the closure is still not quite there. So I agree with you. There's still not quite the closure. Maybe something will carry forth in Mass Effect 4. Maybe that'll deliver some more happies and some closure feelings. I don't know. There's a lot of expectations put on Mass Effect 4. I'm trying not to have high expectations because ultimately then you just get let down. But yeah, I mean, ultimately you don't get the endings or the closure with Shep that you want. But in the end too, I mean, it's difficult to write an ending that everyone's going to love that also fits with the story and makes sense. They probably could have made it to be happier somehow, but yeah, I mean, just because it's a sad ending doesn't mean it wasn't a good story, right? So Vito, you hope Mass Effect 4 delivers on that note? Yeah. Yeah, no pressure Mass Effect 4, but get on it and sort it out. You hope Liara isn't the only one still around. Well, Rex could still be around because Krogan lived for a while, but also Rex is already old to start with. But also, as far as I understand it, no one really knows how old Krogan can get to because they never really die of old age. Something always kills them. I think that's how I understand it. So Rex could still be there. Yeah, Rex is 1400 or 1400. Wow, that's so old. Oh, wow. So anyway, but he theoretically could still be there. Perhaps. Sad endings are fine, but you still need something. You still need some kind of closure point, right? You still need something to sort of carry on, hold the torch. Well, I wonder if there's... no, there wouldn't be any references to Mass Effect 3 and Andromeda. We don't even know where the timelines, if they overlap in parallel or afterwards, right? Maybe Grunt. Oh, that's true. Grunt could still be around. Yeah. Story-wise, it's like a writer adjusting their plot to suit fans. It can. That's true. If you play into the fan demands too much, or what's it? Fan satisfaction or whatever, it can actually wreck the story and turn out worse. Yes. And Baby Rex is called Shepard. The actual Baby Rex. Yeah. Well, there's Grunt as well, and then actual Baby Rex. Yeah. Yeah, disappointing somewhat that if they go down the destroy route, that would mean that, you know, AI like Edie, who could still be around, or the Geth, or remnants of Legion or something, they could all be still be around, but yeah, no chance for that. So it's going to be somewhat of a clean slate, I'm guessing, apart from at least Liara. Yeah. You think if Shep had a speech at the endings, you would be okay? Yeah, that's true, actually. I think that would be a good addition, is to have some sort of Shep monologue talking about how it's the right thing, how Shep is happy with the choice, how Shep has succeeded and saved everyone. Good point. That could have gone a long way. That could have been a good way for him to do it. But unfortunately, that's not what we get. That's not what we get. Oh, that's right. And Vito. Yeah, Vito's on it. Eve, who was the female Krogan, she said the first baby was going to be called Morden. Actually, well, that's what Rex told us, right? Towards the end of Mass Effect 3. Which is also a very fitting name because Morden sacrificed himself to save the Krogan and cure the genophage. So, ultimately, yeah, I guess I'm happy with that too. But she'll pump out lots of babies, so maybe some more of them could be called Shepard. Yeah. Cool. All right. That's probably going to be it for our session tonight. It's an unusual session. I've never done a session like this before with lots of talking and dialogue. This was fun. This was cool talking to you and having a bit of a conversation amongst ourselves, discussing the endings, discussing our thoughts, discussing and hypothesizing what comes next. And apparently my game just crashed. Did it crash? No, it's still there. Yeah, so Sparkle Sauce, Shepard saying I'm doing this because and I feel and blah, 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 would be okay, yeah. But really what you get is nothing and Shep just disappears from our lives. That's true. That is very true. All right, this was fun. This is a fun experiment. I look forward to doing more of these kind of discussions in other games, in plot points and endings and whatever else. Maybe what we can also do is have, you know, another 5 minutes at the end of each stream where we can kind of reflect a bit more on what's going on. We can sort of see what's going on, or what's happening. You're going to be sad in bed now. Oh, I'm sorry, Sparkle Sauce. Oh, quick, we need to get a dose of lols. Throw some lols out there. Get some funnies happening. I'll put some memes into the Discord chat if you like. How's that? I'll dump another batch of funny meme pics in there. Well, hopefully you can come along tomorrow night. Hopefully we can start focusing on a new story with some more hope and have a bit of fun with it. We'll see what's going on in the world of Andromeda. It'll be interesting to see once at the end of Andromeda what we hypothesize might be coming back or linking back into Mass Effect 4 at that stage too, because it's implied that Mass Effect 4 fits after both of them. There's rumors that it's going to have ties to both of them, however, though they are still unconfirmed. So it's going to be an interesting journey. But that's probably it for now. I'll stop talking and we shall end it here. Next session is the same time tomorrow night on the same medium and the same channel. If you want to see what time it is, check the Twitch profile to see it in your local time zone. It is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Australian Standard Time, and we'll continue on our normal schedule throughout this week. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for talking to me and each other. This has been really fun and a nice little experiment from my behalf. Sorry that we re-evoked some of the sads and the feels, but at least we did it together, right? You know, we're experiencing it together, so you know, it all brought us closer. It all brought us closer together, and pain shared is pain halved, or something like that, right? Cool. This has been Nerdedness. I've been Shade. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for coming along. We'll see you tomorrow night, and let's see what happens in the world of Andromeda. Catch you then.